What if we told you that one of the most controversial and successful poker players today started with just $50 in his pocket? Charlie Carrel's story isn't just about beating the odds, it's about rewriting the rules. From a bullied teenager who dabbled in drug dealing to a poker sensation who rejects the traditional strategies that dominate the game, Carrel's journey is as fascinating as it is divisive. And his story is far from over. Charlie Carrel's early life in England was anything but easy. Growing up, he faced relentless bullying that left a lasting impact on him, both emotionally and mentally. School was not a place of learning and growth for Charlie. Instead, it became a battleground where he felt isolated, misunderstood, and constantly on the defensive. And Charlie found himself retreating inward, struggling to find his place in the world. Desperate to escape this painful reality, he began searching for ways to assert control over his life, even if it meant stepping into dangerous territory. This need to find a way out of his struggles led Charlie down a darker path during his teenage years, dabbling in drug dealing. It's a part of his past that Charlie hasn't shied away from discussing publicly, acknowledging that it was a misguided attempt to gain power and respect in a world that seemed to be against him. For many, this phase might have been the end of the road, leading to further spirals and difficulties. But for Charlie, it was just another chapter in his journey of self-discovery and transformation. This period of his life is a critical piece of his story, as it laid the foundation for the mindset that would later help him in poker. The street-smart mentality he developed, coupled with the realization that he needed to change course if he wanted a better life, pushed Charlie toward new horizons. Underneath the rebellious exterior, Charlie was searching for something more, something that would allow him to channel his intelligence and ambition into something positive. That search led him to poker, a game that offered both the challenge and the opportunity he craved. At 19, after years of feeling lost and directionless, Charlie made a decision that would change his life forever. He deposited $50 into an online poker account, unaware that this modest investment would set him on a path to become one of the most talked about figures in the poker world. For Charlie, this wasn't just a gamble, it was a calculated risk, a chance to prove to himself that he could succeed in a world where the odds were always against him. Charlie's initial foray into online poker was nothing short of extraordinary. He started small, grinding his way up the stakes with discipline and determination. What set Charlie apart from the beginning was his ability to learn quickly and adapt. He wasn't just playing poker, he was studying it, analyzing every hand, every opponent, and every mistake. But his journey was far from smooth. When he reached the $50,000 mark, Charlie hit a significant wall. His confidence began to waver, and he experienced a series of setbacks that nearly wiped out his bankroll, a critical moment that would have ended the journey for many aspiring players, but not for Charlie. What saved him? A deep commitment to mindfulness and meditation. Unlike many poker players who rely solely on strategy and mathematics, Charlie understood early on that mental strength is just as important as technical skill. Meditation became his secret weapon. It wasn't just about finding peace, it was about honing his focus, staying calm under pressure, and making clear-headed decisions during the most intense moments of the game. In poker, where the difference between winning and losing often comes down to who can keep their emotions in check, Charlie's dedication to mindfulness gave him a significant edge. Meditation taught Charlie the importance of balance, both at the poker table and in life. It allowed him to manage the emotional swings that poker inevitably brings. Winning and losing streaks are part of the game, but what separates the good players from the great ones is their ability to stay centered. For Charlie, meditation wasn't just a tool, it became a way of life, shaping his approach to poker and beyond. This mental discipline gave him the resilience to push through tough times, to stay the course when others might have given up. As his practice of meditation grew, so did his success. Charlie clawed his way back from the brink of financial ruin, slowly rebuilding his bankroll and refining his game. This mental resilience paid off in spades when, after several years of grinding, he finally hit the big time. His hard work culminated in a breakthrough win in 2015 at the European Poker Tour (EPT) Grand Final in Monte Carlo, where he took home a staggering $1.1 million. This victory wasn't just about the money, it was about proving to himself and the world that he had what it takes to compete with the best. But Charlie's journey was far from conventional. Unlike many of his peers who had embraced the game theory optimal (GTO) approach, a strategy based on balancing every possible scenario mathematically, Charlie carved his own path. He rejected the rigid mathematical precision of GTO in favor of an exploitative style of play. This approach allowed him to focus on reading his opponents, exploiting their weaknesses, and making decisions based on the psychology of the moment rather than a predetermined strategy. For Charlie, poker wasn't just about the cards, it was about understanding people. His ability to read opponents combined with his calm demeanor and mental clarity from meditation made him a formidable force at the table. It wasn't just about winning, it was about outthinking, outmaneuvering, and outlasting his opponents. His approach was more fluid, more adaptable, something that many in the poker world found both intriguing and frustrating. But this is what made Charlie stand out. He wasn't afraid to break the rules, to challenge the status quo, and to do things his way. Of course, this unconventional style didn't come without controversy. While some praised his fresh approach as a breath of fresh air in a game increasingly dominated by cold, calculated strategies, others criticized him for straying too far from the tried-and-true methods that many professionals swear by. Critics argued that his reliance on exploitative tactics made him vulnerable to more disciplined, GTO-focused players, but Charlie wasn't deterred. He knew that his style wasn't for everyone, and that was precisely the point. He wasn't trying to fit into the mold, he was breaking it. Despite the skepticism, Charlie continued to rack up wins, proving that his approach wasn't just a fluke. In 2017, he returned to Monte Carlo for the PokerStars Championship, where he claimed another victory, adding $1.2 million to his bankroll. These back-to-back successes solidified his reputation as one of the game's rising stars and demonstrated that his unique blend of psychology, skill, and mental fortitude was a winning formula. But perhaps the most remarkable moment in Charlie's career came in 2019 when he participated in the Triton Million for charity in London. This wasn't just any tournament, it was the biggest buy-in event in poker history, attracting the world's elite players. The stakes were astronomical and the competition was fierce, but once again, Charlie rose to the occasion. He finished among the top ranks, walking away with $1.3 million and cementing his status as a phenomenon in the poker world. By this point, Charlie was not just a player, he was a sensation, known for both his skill and his ability to challenge the status quo. But Charlie Carrel is not content with just winning money. He wants to make a difference, both in and out of poker. This drive to create something lasting led him to launch Elite University, a project that goes beyond poker strategy. Through Elite University, Charlie aims to teach others the principles that have guided his life: mindfulness, critical thinking, and mental fortitude. The platform offers courses on everything from poker to personal development, and it has attracted a community of people eager to learn from Charlie's unique perspective. For Charlie, Elite University is about more than just teaching people how to play poker. It's about helping them navigate life. He believes that the mental discipline he's developed through poker and meditation can be applied to any challenge, whether it's at the poker table or in daily life. The platform is designed to encourage people to think critically, act mindfully, and pursue their goals with the same intensity and focus that Charlie has brought to his poker career. The courses offered through Elite University delve into more than just the mechanics of poker. They explore the importance of mindset, the power of visualization, and the benefits of living a balanced life. Charlie shares the lessons he's learned from his own journey, emphasizing that success is as much about mental preparation as it is about skill. For him, poker is a metaphor for life, a game where the stakes are high and every decision counts. And just as he has learned to navigate the challenges of the poker world, Charlie believes that others can apply these lessons to overcome obstacles in their own lives. And while Elite University has its supporters, it has also faced criticism from those who question whether Charlie's teachings are applicable outside of poker. Some skeptics argue that his approach, while effective in the poker world, might not translate to the broader challenges of life. But for Charlie, the principles of mindfulness, discipline, and mental clarity are universal, and he remains committed to sharing them with others, regardless of the doubters. But Charlie is no stranger to controversy. His outspoken nature and willingness to challenge established norms have made him a polarizing figure in the poker community. Whether it's his opposition to GTO, his unconventional lifestyle choices, or his willingness to speak his mind on social media, Charlie is constantly pushing boundaries. Some see him as a visionary, while others view him as an eccentric outlier who refuses to conform. Charlie's presence on social media has only added to his mystique. He's never been afraid to share his opinions, whether about poker, life, or even politics. This has earned him a loyal following of fans who appreciate his authenticity, but it has also made him a target for criticism. In a world where many public figures are cautious about what they say, Charlie's unfiltered approach is both refreshing and risky. But for Charlie, it's all part of staying true to himself. He's never been one to shy away from controversy, and he's not about to start now. One of the most ambitious projects Charlie has undertaken is his bankroll challenge, launched in 2019. Starting with just 50, much like his own journey, Charlie set out to prove that anyone with the right mindset and strategy could turn a small amount of money into a substantial bankroll. Throughout the challenge, he documented his progress, sharing his victories, setbacks, and insights along the way. The transparency and honesty of his journey resonated with many aspiring players who saw in Charlie a reflection of their own struggles and dreams. The bankroll challenge was more than just a test of skill. It was a message to aspiring players that success is within reach. However, the challenge also attracted its share of critics who questioned the sustainability of his approach and whether it was realistic for the average player. But for Charlie, the challenge was about more than just proving a point. It was about inspiring others to believe in their own potential and to see that with the right mindset, anything is possible. As Charlie's profile grew, so did his ambitions beyond poker. He's become deeply involved in charity work, with a particular focus on helping the homeless. His charity, Thrive, is dedicated to providing targeted assistance to homeless individuals, helping them access the resources they need to rebuild their lives. Charlie's approach to charity is as thoughtful and strategic as his approach to poker. Rather than simply handing out money, Thrive focuses on addressing the root causes of homelessness, providing mental health support, job training, and other essential services. Thrive is more than just a charity. It's a reflection of Charlie's belief that everyone deserves a chance to rebuild their lives. He's not just giving money, he's giving people the tools they need to succeed. The charity works closely with local organizations to ensure that the resources provided are used effectively, and Charlie is deeply involved in the day-to-day operations, ensuring that Thrive makes a real difference in the lives of those it serves. But Charlie's desire to make a difference doesn't stop at charity. He's also expressed a growing interest in politics, believing that real change requires systemic solutions. This shift from poker to politics has raised eyebrows, with some questioning whether Charlie is serious about this new direction. But for those who know him, it's not surprising. Charlie has always been someone who thinks deeply about the world and is unafraid to challenge the status quo. Whether through poker, charity, or politics, Charlie Carrel is driven by a desire to create meaningful change. And as Charlie looks to the future, it's clear that meditation will continue to play a central role in whatever challenges he takes on next. One thing's for sure, Charlie Carrel isn't done challenging the status quo. His journey is far from over, and the next chapter promises to be just as unpredictable as the last. Just when you think you've got Charlie Carrel figured out, he surprises you again. Will he become the philanthropist who changes the world, or will his next big win at the poker table redefine his legacy? Stay tuned because this story is far from over. Be sure to check out Ace's Full Poker for more deep dives into the poker space.